The Republic of South Africa, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, to commence with the proceedings. Mr. President.
Good morning to you all. Honorable Acting Judge President, the designate Minister, and officials who are here present. In terms of the powers vested in me by Section 91(3)(c) of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, I have decided to appoint the following person as Minister for the portfolio indicated in the signed President's Act. And the said designate Minister who is about to become Minister is Professor Firoz Cachalia to be Minister of Police. I now request the Acting Judge President to either swear or affirm him into office, and he will choose whether he wants to take the oath or to affirm. That is entirely his decision. Thank you. Going to affirm or take an oath?
Affirmation, Judge.
Affirmation. Okay.
Thank you.
Please read out.
I solemnly affirm that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution and all other law of the Republic. And I undertake to hold my office as Minister with honor and dignity, and to be a true and faithful counsellor, not to divulge directly or indirectly any secret matter entrusted to me, and to perform the functions of my office conscientiously and to the best of my ability, I so affirm.
Please smile.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much, Prof. JP, please approach for an official photograph, just as you're standing there. If you come towards my side a little bit. A bit, no. President, move to the left a bit. No, come.
You have to be on my left.
No.
Oh.
The whole group must move a little bit because you're in the finisher there, Mr. President.
So what do? We smile? Stay serious.
Sit down.
Actually, yes. I thought so. Don't photograph my cough, please.
And the final photograph, just the President and the Minister. Yes, JP, thank you. Excellencies.
Look at you now.
Yes, please.
Do I shake his hand? That's going to photograph him alone now. But I think you want to photograph him with his family as well.
Yes, yes. Please approach.
After, yeah. So this one goes into the family album.
Yes.
I didn't know how to ask. Congratulations to you as well.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. The commissioner is here, so we're requesting a photograph of the minister and the commissioner.
Commissioner, how are you?
You may sit down.
Get a picture with your minister. My God. The change of order here of the guard.
Mr. President, for the next one, please, can you ask me to pray?
Really? Oh, in the middle of the commissioner and the minister. You're done.
Thank you, Citizens.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we please put our hands together as we congratulate Minister Firoz Cachalia, who has just been affirmed into office today. Minister, we congratulate you on your appointment and wish you much success in your duties and endeavors to make South Africa and the world a better place for all. I wish to conclude today's ceremony by thanking you all for your attendance, and the photographs are done. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you see there, of course, the swearing-in ceremony now of Cachalia as legally now the Minister of Police. And you saw there the National Police Commissioner, Fani Masemola, of course, the President and a judge. By the way, you may have been wondering why Professor Firoz Cachalia, why Minister Cachalia's brother looked so familiar. That, of course, is Judge Cachalia. Questions.
Mr. President, obviously the tariffs have kicked in today. Just maybe your reaction to that, but also maybe if you can just take us into confidence. What was maybe put on the table by South Africa to the Americans, and was a military base in South Africa ever part of the question? Thank you so much.
Well, the military base was never on the table. We never discussed any military installation by the Americans here. So that was never discussed. We put on the table a package which would deal with our trade relations with the United States that contained what we were offering and what we wanted them to offer us. And we wanted a number of trade items to be exempted, and we wanted to offer them the ability to invest in our economy, as well as South African companies to invest in the United States. So that package is still to be fully negotiated. What they want to do now is to deal with the trade issues now that have to do with what they are going to be imposing. And our negotiations with the United States are continuing. And let's be clear, South Africa is not the only country that is dealing with this crisis. And many other countries, some of which are in a much worse situation than we are, others are slightly better off, and all of us are involved in a process of having discussions and negotiations with the United States. And it should also be clear that the United States has come up with a unilateral tariff imposition on many countries in the world. They are a huge economy, the biggest economy in the world. So we've got to respond to the United States tariff proposals. Many of our companies deal with the United States customers. We export vehicles, we export steel and aluminium, we export citrus. So we've got to engage with them and find a way to reach a settlement. So within the window that's still open, we're hoping that we will find a way to settle this matter. So intensive negotiations are now underway.
Mr. President, it's Natasha Poo here from SABC News. Mr. President, you can't answer for him, yes, but it's in regards to your second in command, the Deputy President. There's a cloud hanging over him, over the residential house in Consentia Park in Cape Town, but also now the Ethics Committee finding him guilty and finding him 10,000 Rand in regards to a diamond he received from the controversial businessman Louis Liebenberg. Are you not worried about what cloud this may actually have over the presidency? Yes, please.
Well, you're absolutely right. I can't answer for him. And he has answers for all these matters. And we will need to wait for him to provide answers to all these questions. And only he can answer them. So let's wait for that, and then we take the process forward.
It's Tembele from Bloomberg News. South Africa is not the only country hit by the tariffs, but certainly if you look at the average in the sub-Saharan region, we are the hardest hit. Do you feel hard done by that number? It seems to be a special dispensation for us. And then what guidance are you offering to the business community that's going to be hardest hit by this in particular?
Yes, many other countries, as you correctly say, are affected by these tariffs, and others much worse than us. Brazil, for instance, 50%. And on our African continent, we are the largest economy and the most industrialized economy on the continent. So obviously, we will be a target, and because we export more than many other countries. So our task is to negotiate as strongly and as hard as we can with the United States. That, for us, is the main objective. But at the same time, we are saying to our companies that we are going to come up with supportive measures. We're going to support our companies through negotiations, but also there are other interventions that we are working on which will lessen the blow to our companies. Our objective really is to save jobs. We want to preserve the jobs of those companies that are going to be adversely affected. So we've got a two-pronged approach. The one approach is to negotiate as hard as we can with the United States on a globular level, but also on a sectoral level. Those who deal with the citrus, we will be assisting them with those negotiations, and those who deal with vehicles, we will be doing so. And the second approach is precisely that of assisting our companies and giving them as much help as we can. So that is our approach.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Konita Hunter from Newzroom Afrika. Do you believe that you're dealing with a rational partner in your negotiations? Is there some rationality from the U.S.? And the second question is on clarity. You said you've appointed Cachalia as a Minister of Police. Is there two Ministers of Police? What happens to Senzo Mkunu? Does he remain for as long as the probes continue? Do you have any time frames? We're just a bit confused around the technicalities of having two Ministers of Police.
Yes. I know there is a technicality about seeming to have two ministers in the same portfolio. And that is a matter that I do believe is going to be resolved within a short space of time. We've asked, or I have directed the Commission to complete its work as quickly as possible. So whatever confusion or period there might be is going to be of a short duration. I expect a report from the Commission within 3 months, and if they have to ask for an extension, we will give consideration to that. So I do want this matter to be resolved as quickly as possible, but at the same time we've had to provide leadership to the police service. We can't leave a vacuum. And whilst all this is happening, the Minister Kunu is on leave. He's on leave while this matter is being resolved. And he is preparing himself, as I hear, to appear before the Commission. And he has welcomed the appointment of the Commission because he wants to tell his own story and clarify matters. When it comes to the United States, it's not for me to comment whether we're dealing with people who are rational or not. We deal with every government with the required respect and required dignity, and that is how we conduct our foreign policy and our diplomatic matters. So with respect, we will deal with them, and we obviously expect that the respect will be reciprocated on us as well, so that we can all deal with each other as honestly as possible.
He will be fired if he doesn't ask a question. Mr. President, Buleli Chiti-Jones from ENCA. Obviously, Parliament has named the members of who will serve on the ad hoc committee investigating allegations by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. Just expectations ahead of this process. And just lastly, South Africa and China, part of the BRICS as well. You're being slapped at tariffs. Is it time to seek alternative markets, or are you going to rigorously still negotiate the US?
Well, the whole process of dealing with countries on a trade basis requires that we should be multidimensional. We should not just focus on one country, and we've been encouraging our companies to look out to export their products to various markets, because it is too risky just to focus on one market. And so we are going to go all out to support our companies to seek out other markets. When I travel overseas, I usually take a business delegation so that they can go and search for new markets wherever we go. And the same thing happens with the Deputy President and other ministers as well. So for us to grow our economy, we need to be much more vigorous and robust with our international trade, and it must be as international as the word international means, meaning that we need to seek out many, many markets. There are quite a number of countries that we need to reach out to, countries that want to deal with us, that want to trade with us, and this moment gives us that opportunity. So we are going to be much more vigorous. Yes, Parliament has appointed an ad hoc committee. The ad hoc committee has to do its work. The separation of powers between the judiciary, the executive, and Parliament means that all three of us must do the work that we need to do. And obviously, we will be using whatever any arm of the government, of the state does, as points of reference. So I know that the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee will utilize what the commission we have set up when it reports. They'll utilize that as a reference. So they must do their work, and similarly, on the executive side, through the commission we have appointed, we will also do our work, particularly when it comes to the implementation of the recommendations. I want to wish you a wonderful day. It's a lovely sunny day today. So go and bask in the sun.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Of course, that's the
Thank you very much. And that, Stephen, was President Cyril Ramaphosa speaking to us around the tariff issue, which obviously he says that he notes it with concern, the reciprocal tariffs that have been imposed by the U.S. Also weighing in on the confusion around the Minister of Police. He says that there will effectively be what he says 2 ministers of police until the Commission of Inquiry that's investigating the explosive claims of collusion and corruption implicating Minister Senzo Mchunu wraps up his work. He says he expects to have some indication from that commission within 3 months, and then there will be some finality on the Minister of Police. So 2 very important matters today, a big news day, Stephen, with regards to the tariffs imposed by the US and obviously the appointment of the acting police minister.
And Kanita, also an interesting question there put to President Ramaphosa around Deputy President Paul Mashatile. I know you've been reporting on some of the issues that he faces, the fine from Parliament, the News 24 reporting this week. The President suggesting that it's up to the Deputy President to provide, I suppose, some answers to these questions.
And the President did not say, Stephen, whether or not he has asked the Deputy President for any extraordinary answers himself, whether he has had a conversation with the Deputy President about this. We know that there are several probes involving these matters, the Public Protector, for example, Parliament and the Ethics Committee there. And so the President not giving much as to, as Deputy President Paul Mashatile's boss, what is he particularly expecting from the Deputy President, or whether or not the answers that the Deputy President has given publicly is sufficient. So kicking it to touch, Stephen, in some way, the President not really saying where he stands on the matter and whether or not that the explanation by Mashatile would be enough, or there's something that he would probe separately.
Kanita Hunter, thank you very much indeed for that update.